Genesis chapter 1, verse 9 to 11. Then God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry grounds may appear." And that is what happened. God called the dry ground land, and the waters ceased, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with vegetation, every sort of seed-bearing plant, and trees that grow seed-bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came." And that is what happened.
Times when you're here, I can feel no doubt, 'cause you keep me where the stars are bound. It doesn't really matter.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Grace. If you're new here, in today's video I'm going to share with you guys a few changes that I made into becoming that woman of God, into becoming the woman that I've always wanted to, but for some reason I just could not. So let's just get right into it. So the first change that I made to becoming the woman of God that I've always wanted to be, I surrendered. Guys, I gave my life to Christ. For the 32 years that I've lived on earth, I've given myself to Christ so many times, but this time was different. I feel like every other time I gave my life to Christ and then I continue living my life and seem like nothing happened. I would just continue doing whatever I was doing after giving myself to Christ. But this time I actually surrendered. I gave all of me. I gave all of me. I asked God to come into my heart, to change my mind. And I started to really started to get to know God, reading the Word and studying the Word, communicating with God every time, every second of my life, like talking to God all the time. That changed my life. So I gave my life to God. I surrendered everything, and I mean everything, like everything that you can think of. I gave it to Him, my goals, anything at all. Like I just gave my whole life to Him. I surrendered everything to Him. I realized that I can't do this life without Him. I cannot be able to do this life thing without Him. I can't. I tried, guys, for 32 years. I mean, I get it, I was a kid then, but like I tried for so many years to live my life the way I wanted to, but it never worked out. So I really thank God that He called me and I answered, and He never gave up on me. All those times that I gave my life to Him, He never gave up on me. He never gave up on me. Every time I come back, He welcomes me with open hands. And it's amazing. And since I gave my life to God, everything changed, guys. My whole life changed. Since I surrendered everything and allowed Him to come into my heart, like everything changed. I'm led by the Spirit now. Like everything is different. Like I can't do anything. Like every time I try to do something, or anytime I'm trying to go back to my old ways, the Holy Spirit is always communicating with me and letting me know, nope, that's not what we're going back to. It's a feeling I cannot explain unless you experience it. And it's amazing. It's peaceful over here. There's so much joy and acceptance and hope and happiness and knowing that God is in control, and I love it. So that's the very first thing that I did, was giving my life to God. Another thing that I did was getting into the gym, really taking care of my body, right? Taking care of my body. I felt like I was eating just anything and anything that comes my way. I love food. I was just eating. I was just so much in love with food, to the point where it was just too much of love that I had for food and alcohol and all this stuff that I used to consume, and I had to like back up, like take care of your body. And guys, taking care of your body, it's not about the physical. It's not about how you look. Yes, you're gonna look nice and all that extra stuff, but it's not about how you look. It really does even help you with your health. It helps you with your health. And also going to the gym, I feel like it does help me with my mental health. Like sometimes I'd be like thinking a lot about something, and when I go to the gym and I come out of the gym, I feel way better. Like I feel like stress-free, like I feel better, You know, it really does help with your mental health. It helps with your health, and also you are in a good shape, or like flexible. It really is a good thing to exercise, guys. It's a good thing to exercise. Even the Bible says in Timothy, let me get my Bible. In First Timothy chapter 4 verse 8, physical training is good, but training for godliness is much better, promising benefits in this life and in the life to come. So physical training is good, but training for godliness is much better, promising benefits in this life and in the life to come. So you see, the Bible does say that physical training is good for you. It is really good for you, as long as you don't start like idolizing it, or like, how should I say it, like, as long as you don't start putting your fitness first before God. You know what I mean? God has to be the center of everything that you do in your life. As long as you don't idolize it or start to love it too much to the point where you forget about God, then you're fine. Just make sure you're training for the right purposes. You know, you're just trying to get healthy, get fit, you know what I mean, and just exercise. Training is good for you. It is good for the body. It's good for your health. So that's one of the changes that I made, because I felt like I was just overweight, guys. Even my job, right? You have to be very flexible. Like the stuff we climb, the way I would sound when I'm climbing some stuff, like it's crazy, okay? Like I could not even breathe. Just walking on normal stairs, I could not. The way I breathe, it was like torture. But after going to the gym and really just getting fit and like getting used to exercising and stuff, walking on stairs has become nothing for me. You know, so it's really, really good for you. And I've seen changes in my body, which I really like. And, you know, I love it. The change that I made is planning with God. I plan with God now, honey. We do not plan anything by ourselves anymore. Everything that I have, everything that I think about, or everything that comes to mind, I write it down. I talk to God about it. Be it my finances, my goals, like all of those things, I just give it to God. Yes, I have the idea, I got the idea, or I'm thinking of saving certain amount of money, or whatever I'm doing, I give it to God, because it's probably not even God's plan. So I'm trying to make sure that everything that I do when it comes to my goals and finances, it aligns with God's plan for my life. Because if it doesn't align, why do it? If it doesn't align with God's plan, what's the use of doing it? Because it's not gonna, I don't want to do anything that doesn't please God. You know, I don't want to do anything that God has not called me to do. So I want to make sure that everything that I do, God will approve. You know, everything that I do, God has to approve, right? Especially when it comes to money. Money is the root of all evil. So I want to make sure that God is in charge of my finances, how it comes in and how it goes out, where it goes out to and where it comes from. Very important. Very, very important. How you make your money and what you spend on is very important, right? Because people use money to do evil, and sometimes people get money from evil. So I want to make sure the way I get my money is the right way, and what I spend it on is the right way. So I just want to make sure I don't have so much love for money, and be able to understand and like get the money that I need for what I need. You know what I mean? Like just making sure that my finances and everything, God is in control of all of it. So we're praying about everything. Even when I get paid, all this money that's coming on in my account, making sure that God is guiding me, it's very important. You know, even like when you have goals that you have set for yourself, and you want to make sure the money that's coming into your account, you're actually saving towards those goals. Because sometimes I've actually had people DM me telling me that, Grace, like, I get paid, I have a job, but I don't know where my money goes. Like, I get paid and all of a sudden I don't have any more money left. I don't even know how I end up spending all this money. You know, there's a lot of evil things that goes on, right? So you want to make sure God is taking care of your finances and you're using your money on the right things. One of the things that I really had to change was relationships. That is the biggest one for me. I feel like I used to get in and out of relationships, like in and out of this one, in and out of this one, never giving myself space to breathe. Especially when it comes to like intimate relationships, or like, you know, like dating and things like that. I feel like I used to get in and out of relationships for most of my life, and I had to give that up. I had to give that up. When I tell you God has been working, when I tell you God has been working on my life, I had to give it up. He showed me so many things. And I was like, you're right. That's what I mean when I said I surrendered everything to him, because he showed me a lot of things that some things are just not worth it. Why would I want to get a relationship by myself or get a man by myself if God can help me do it and get me the right one, instead of jumping from one relationship to the other? It makes no sense. There's nothing wrong with being single and waiting on God. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And God showed me that it's okay. You'll be fine. Like, what is the rush? Why have you been rushing? Where are you running to? You will come back here. You know what I mean? Like, I gave up romantic relationships. I'm not interested right now. Like, it's not in any type of form anything I'm worried about or thinking about, or I need to be in a relationship right now, or I like this dude. I don't like nobody. I like God. That's it. I'm just focused on him right now, and that's the only man in my life that I'm focused on, and I'm loving it. And when it comes to friends, I'm not really one with many friends in the first place, but I pray to God that God sent me godly friends. I want godly friends. I don't want drinking buddies or like things like that, because I don't really want to be part of that community no more. Like, the drinking party type of community is not my community no more. My community is the godly community. Not saying I don't talk to these people, or I won't talk to these people, or any type of form, like, or anything like that. It's fine, we're cool, but I don't want to hang around that. I don't want that to be my friends. I want people who's gonna hold me accountable. I said before in one of my videos, I said I wanted to be with friends who love God. I want to be with people who's going to push me to pray. I want to be with people who are going to hold me accountable when it comes to the work of God. I don't want to be friends with people that are gonna push me to do the things that doesn't align with God. You know, I don't want to be friends with people who are going to push me away from God. So when it comes to relationships in general, I have given it to God. I'm allowing God to choose the friends for me that I need to have in my life. I'm not going to choose any friends for me. Like, I am just going to know. And the good thing, God has given me I can feel people. I know you are the right person or not. Like, I can tell. And that's something that I've always had. Like, I can feel energies. Like, I can feel you. Like, if you're not the right person, and that's why maybe I'm not the person with many friends. Usually before this life, my old life, I used to have people. They were not friends. They were just people I used to party with. We are not friends. Honestly, when I feel like I want to drink alcohol, then I will run to them. If I feel like I want to party till morning, I'll go there and go drink with them and party with them or whatever. But it's not friends. It's not friends, it's just people you drink with. So I'm not really a person with many friends already. So yeah, and my friend is a godly friend, the one that I have, but I pray over her too. I pray over us, and I pray that whoever I'm associated with has to be a godly friend. And if there's anyone in my life that's not pulling me towards God, I don't want that friendship. I don't want it. I don't want it. And I'm gonna do the same to my friends too. Like, pull them to God, pull them to God. Like, you know. So yeah, I've given my relationships to God. I'm allowing Him to choose the right people in my life and bringing the right people to me. I'm not going out there to search for them. So one important change that I made in my life, this is really huge for me, because I'm really like, I've always considered me a people's person. Like, I always go out, always out and about. I'm always out hanging around people, like always outside. But I have learned to watch my surroundings, who I'm surrounding myself with. Where am I? Am I in a club? What am I doing in a club? I am now very careful when it comes to my surroundings. The spaces that I enter, the houses that I enter, like the buildings, the places that I go to. I'm very careful and very observant of where I'm at, because it's very, very important. I want to make sure that I don't go in places that I'm not supposed to be at. So I'm allowing God to lead me through that. In any place that I'm supposed to go, like, I pray about it. Be it a job, I'm gonna ask God. I've done that before, actually, like 3 months ago, asking God which job, because I had so many jobs, and I asked God which job should I go to, and He gave me a green light of a specific job, and that's where I went. My surrounding is really, really important. It is really important in your life, because you might be at the wrong place at the wrong time. You don't want to go to places that you don't need to be in. Like I said, what are you doing in a house that God did not invite you in? So be very careful with your surroundings and what you're surrounding yourself with. What's around you. Check your environment. If I know people are drinking heavily and I'm trying to stay away from that, why am I going in that environment? I need to stay away from that environment. I don't want to be there. Why would I go somewhere where I'm going to be tempted? Why would I take myself right into temptation? It's one thing, temptation coming to you and you had no idea and you're trying to resist it. But like walking right into it, no. Watching my environment has been on top of my list, you know. So I'm watching where I'm going and places I'm going to, places I'm invited to. Am I gonna go or not? Like, I'm just watching. I'm very careful and praying about everything. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33. Don't be fooled by those. What is it? Don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character. Also, Proverbs chapter 13 verse 20 says, walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. So, you know, you better watch out. So the last change that I really make so far is the music and what I listen to, the churches that I listen, or the pastors that I listen to. I have made a few changes. You know, I have been watching very closely to the pastors that I've been watching, and this has been something that I've always been careful about, though. Like when it comes to pastors, like for some reason I've been seeing it. There's certain churches that I've attended, and right away I was like, yep, nope. I just felt it. I just felt it by the things that they do, that this is not right. Like there's a church that I attended once, and he was asking people about, people wanted papers or something. You will get your papers. If you put in a seed of 10,000, for example, you get your papers, your Canadian papers. And like, he would tell people to put in money for them to get something. And I don't believe in that. I do not believe in that. And I do not believe that God, I have to pay God for God to, and you're not even paying God, you're paying a pastor for God to bless me. I do not believe in that. And as soon as I saw that, I was out of the door. I was like, no to the no. And mind you, I was not even saved like that then. I mean, I used to attend church. I used to not really read the Bible, but they pray there and there. But I was trying to find a church, really get serious into this. And then I ended up getting into that church. And I just removed myself. And then I tried another one too, and then I also removed myself due to just some things that I seen that were just not right, you know. And so I removed myself. So you have to be very careful. Sometimes we are listening, some of these pastors are also demonic. The music we listen to, demonic. So we have to be very careful with what we are feeding our minds with. You become what you listen to. You end up doing things that you're listening to. So you want to make sure like you are not inviting other spirits in you that are demonic. So you have to be careful with the music you listen to and all these things. So I've started listening mostly to gospel music. I try so much to just listen to gospel music, worship the Lord, you know, try to read the word by myself and really understand the word of God by myself without like, you know, without being misled. Because if you don't read the Bible, it's so easy for you to be misled, because whatever the pastor is teaching, you're thinking that's what is in the Bible, but that's not what is in the Bible. But because you don't read the Bible, you have no idea. So it's something that I've just been watching very closely, and I've been really trying. I've asked God to give me the wisdom and understanding when it comes to studying and reading the Bible, so I can understand it by myself. So when somebody else is teaching me the word, I know that's what's in the Bible. When I'm listening to a pastor teaching me, I know that's in the Bible. I'm really being mindful of what I'm doing now. So yeah, guys, those are the few changes that I've made in my life to becoming the godly woman that I want to be, you know. So I really hope this video is helpful. If you also want to, or if you are in the same journey as I am, you're starting out, you maybe want to give your life to Christ and you're wondering where to begin, or like you just want to make changes in your life and you're like wondering like, what can I do to become better? What can I do to become a better woman? What can I do to just be a better person? Like, what can I do? Maybe some of these changes are helpful. Yeah, let me know. And also do leave some changes that you have made in your life that helped you become a better woman, you know, a better lady, you know, like anything, even anything that helped you have a stronger relationship with God, or like changes that you made to just even becoming closer to God. Let us know in the comment section below. We can all learn from each other. You know, we can all become better together. So that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.